Adam and Eve and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, part 2. So I discussed in part 1 that how it came to the point that Adam and Eve were seduced by a serpent to eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. In this part, I'm going to discuss a little bit about the seduction. Seduction. See, what we generally think was that the serpent was the representative of the devil and basically did a bad thing, did a very bad thing by making Adam and Eve eating that fruit. It is generally accepted as that. God punished Adam and Eve for doing that. But the question comes here. Was the punishment something bad, or was something that wanted something good to happen to this couple? And was the seduction bad, or was the seduction good? The question is here. And that comes the point that some stories, they introduce some things as evil or as good that maybe when we think about them, they are not that evil or not that good. We think about it. So let's go for the seduction. In today's world, we have the art of seduction going almost everywhere. Marketing is based on seduction. The whole marketing is based on seduction. I am happy with my TV. Why should I buy a new TV? So somebody has to seduce me. Somebody has put an advertisement out there showing TVs that have features that would make me go crazy about them. And then I want to go buy this new TV, although I have a TV that's working fine. So the whole advertisement business is seduction. They are going to make you buy things that you don't necessarily need, or you don't normally, in your normal way of life, don't think you need. It is like the serpent. So do we think that advertisement is evil? Do we think that the seduction done by marketing is something that is really bad for the humanity? Or do we think that this is good? This actually would improve our lives. If somebody doesn't seduce us into doing something, then we are not going to move our life to a better direction. See, that's the argument. And of course, generally, in all societies, I think that nobody thinks advertising is something bad. Because we listen to them. Maybe we get tired about the advertisement because sometimes at the middle of a movie we are watching, suddenly there comes advertisement, and that really annoys us because we want to continue our movie. We want to see that movie. Or we are watching football game and suddenly some advertisement comes. That might be annoying. But the message, sometimes we even like the advertisement. The creative ideas that are put in the advertisement that makes us laugh, we think it's funny, we think it is refreshing. So, and if I'm going to buy something because of this advertisement, I never think that, damn those advertisers, they are evil. I don't think that way. So why should I think that the serpent was evil, or what it did was evil? The only way we can think about it is that because God had forbidden Adam and Eve from eating the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So it was the order of God. And basically, by eating that fruit, they went against the order of God. And that, of course, is something that shouldn't be done because God is the creator, God knows the best for us, and we shouldn't have done it. Now the question comes that if God didn't want us to eat that fruit, why did God put that tree and that fruit in the Garden of Eden? So obviously, God was testing this couple, and maybe God wanted to try them to see if they are going to go for this higher awareness, for the knowledge of good and evil, or not. Maybe God would have been disappointed, maybe, if they wouldn't have eaten the fruit of this tree. Maybe, I don't know. But being there, this tree being there, put there by God, obviously had a purpose. And since we are not God, and we don't know the intentions of God, we cannot judge the action done by Adam and Eve as something that God didn't want to happen. It's like a game. It's like a game. I put a rule in the game. Kick the ball with your foot, not with your hand. So if you kick the ball, if you touch the ball with your hand, is the creator of game going to get angry at that? Oh, you are crazy. I told you just do it by foot. Of course not. Well, we put rules there. You didn't follow, you are going to get punishment for it. You would learn from it. Maybe you can even come up with ideas, new ideas, that how you shouldn't touch the ball with your hand anymore. And that comes also another point of humanity. Humans make mistakes. It is inherent in humanity. It is inherent. It is inside humanity. Making mistakes. And if we are going to make it a divine thing, like mistakes are from hell, then in our life we are not going to do anything, because we are going to make mistakes anyway. So let's go back to the art of seduction and actually go back to the story of Adam and Eve. So they were seduced. They ate the fruit. They came out of the Garden of Eden. Now they are aware of our outside. Now they feel cold. They feel heat. Suddenly they become sick, and Eve becomes pregnant and goes with the pain of pregnancy and many things that happen. You see, from a game, from a living condition, that everything was going forward, no problems at all, comes to a condition that things have changed. And I'm not sure Adam or Eve had regrets about it. Maybe maybe they thought that, was it worth it? Was it worth it? But then, if they really thought it wasn't worth it, they could have prayed to God, that God, we are sorry, we apologize, we did bad. Please terminate this condition and put us back in our previous condition. But they didn't do it. Although they came to a higher awareness, they didn't do it. My conclusion, they liked it. They came to a much more powerful condition. They came much more in cause in their life. They liked decision making. They liked it. They thought it is fine. It comes with decision making came the problems of decision making. But they liked it. Even if we say they liked it or not, they didn't go back to their previous condition. They didn't want to go back to their previous condition. And I am not sure if they thought the seduction was bad. And I think that they went along with their life trying to create conditions that before that they were not creating. Because in the Garden of Eden that they were living, they didn't need to create anything. They didn't even need to think. They even didn't think. And now they have to think. They have to make decisions. They have to expand their knowledge. They have to challenge with the problems of the world. And that gave them extra power. And that's why I think that they really didn't think that that seduction was bad. Which comes another question. If the seduction wasn't that bad, so was the serpent the representative of devil? Wasn't it also that bad? That I can't talk about it because it goes to deep religious beliefs that we have fixed ideas on them. Fixed ideas. The only thing is that maybe the serpent meant bad. Maybe the serpent wanted to get these guys kicked out of this Garden of Eden. Maybe. Out of badness. Out of wanting something bad happen to these couples. Maybe. But whatever happened was not necessarily bad for the couple. And maybe it put them in a situation that they thought they are more powerful, more aware, they are more in charge of their lives. And the challenges came. They liked it maybe. They welcomed it. Of course, it was something that some of these challenges might have been even would have problems with their lives or with their health or whatever, but still they were making the decisions. So to make the story short in this part that I talked about is that if you make a decision, and even if it is a bad decision, I think, based on this story, that it is better than making no decisions. At least you're doing something. Try to make a good decision. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes, based on your decisions, your life would change dramatically to the bad. But still, you made decisions. Decisions. And you were in charge of your life in a way that you look at it.